was a Japanese scientist running around, robbing banks, all whacked up on Scooby Snacks. Maybe.
So secretive.
But for now, what?
So secretive.
What is it?
This whole thing. Who are you? What the fuck is your problem?
I told you.
Stop playing Tetris! Stop playing Tetris!
He's playing Oregon Trail.
Stop! Oh god, that's even worse.
Oregon Trail, I don't know.
Start playing Tetris! Start playing Tetris! Okay, I'm off.
Arthur's Learn to Read. I'm thinking of American games. I'm watching other stuff on YouTube regularly. I can't even remember. Can you even remember half the stuff we used to? Well, no, we never really did do it. Because we weren't the smart ones. So we never
Oh shit!
Yeah, so here's your world map.
Oh.
You can.
Oh, we work at the 17th precinct. That's cool.
I assume that's what the number 17 means.
Carnegie Hall is where shit went down.
Yes, that museum is obviously.
Seriously, if you didn't join us for part 1, why the fuck are you starting with part 2? No, not part 2. Whichever part this is, I don't know.
That's why I don't. We won't know until it goes.
We won't know.
So it's
Even
best.
we don't
It's
know.
best if we don't try and guess. Because this could be part 4. This could be part 8. Who knows?
Anyway.
I might even be a dick and just put it all out of order. It's not entirely beyond me. This might even be like, this might be the very beginning of an episode, and then we'll scoop back 15 minutes, and then we'll play some I don't know, editing techniques. Power of editing. I use my degree
Power
for evil.
of Christ compels you, bitch.
Yeah, so
To the museum!
as the game goes on, you obviously have more and more places you can go visit. You can usually go back to other places you've been to before, but sometimes you can't get to everywhere. And each one begins with this, when it's a story relevancy. This wonderful JPEG GIF thing. I don't know. We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Klamp will be there. Hans
Dr. Klamp?
Klamp.
What's his area of research?
Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh, well, Hans Gruber. I'm down.
Well, shoot the glass. Well, according to the papers, he's working on a new theory. Now I have a machine gun. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, can't wait.
For
That to be on as a Christmas film. I mean, I've got them on Blu-ray.
so you don't need to wait for it to be a Christmas film. It's just everywhere. Just watch it whenever, but it is a Christmas film.
Yeah,
It is a Christmas film. As is 2. I don't know why I'm pointing at a microphone.
3 is very meh.
Yeah.
4 is pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
I liked 4.0.
It's.
Compared to A Good Day to Die Hard, which was utter shite.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Just utter shite.
The problem is that Die Hard 4 is when John McClane goes from being the everyday New York cop stuck in a ridiculous situation to being the superhero who can do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, he drives a car into a helicopter in that film.
Yeah, he does.
He never does that before. Hell, he spends half of the first movie fucked up just because he forgot to put his shoes back on.
Yeah.
That's how human this guy is. That's the point. That's why that movie and the second one is so good, because it's literally, you can tell this guy's going to get fucked up at any moment. Anyway, Die Hard people, watch it. Well, he's pretty antisocial and doesn't like to waste time outside research.
Oh, great. We're gonna have a grand time with this one.
A grand old time. What's up, Cloud? Yeah, I know where you're... Oh, sorry. What am I doing? My emphasis is all over the place right now. I know where you're going with this. Just be careful this time, huh? Could that be...
Are you referring to the press conference? Because I don't appreciate your tone, good sir.
Yes, and that was only like 10 minutes ago, so how dare you dredge up the past like this? We've already
It was 10 minutes ago, Daniel!
We passed through this, we buried it under the carpet.
It's done. Move on.
The bodies have long decomposed on this, you know, it's well outside the realm of things as we... Yeah. Daniel, but why do you kiss the chief's butt?
Because he likes it.
Well, you went he, I went I.
Interesting. You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was years ago. Now he's my boss. Sorry, I have a degree in film. Of course I'm going to make film references. I mean,
No,
Jurassic Park, remember? American Museum of Natural History, as opposed to the Swiss Museum of Unnatural History. It's been a while since I visited the museum. Dinosaurs! I could go back to making my Jurassic Park references. That's beautiful.
Loved these things when I was a kid. Bitch, did you see Jurassic Park?
1997, Jurassic Park came out only 4 years before this.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't have been when he was a kid.
No. But did he not see Jurassic Park?
Well, yeah, but he said
He might have seen Lost World by this point.
He said Lost World doesn't come out until a few months after this story ends. As he pointed out, he liked it when he was a kid. He's not talking about whether or not he likes him now.
La, 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 la.
I was wondering what that crackling noise was. I was like, shit, did I just touch something in my headphones? No, it's just MIDI sound crush noise. Yeah, there's nothing out
Sounds
here.
like somebody's firing up a storm. Listen.
I just
Listen to the fart.
Hey there, how you doing? I like your yellow thing.
Oh, I'm doing okay. Pretty good day, though. How about yourself?
What is that? Is that a giant lollipop?
That's how I tempt the kids.
We got enough fucked up shit going on here. We don't need to add paedophilia to the ranks.
No, that's true. I'm sorry.
We're with the NYPD. We're here looking for Dr. Clamp. He works here, doesn't he? I thought that said he wore a hat.
Sure does. Both the hat thing and he works here. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now.
Seriously, what is that? It's buggy.
This is
Oh, it's a
flashlight.
torch. Why has he got a torch? It's the middle of the day.
Did he do something?
No, we just want to talk to him. I knew I would go there eventually. I didn't want to. That's all. I've been trying not to do that voice.
Thank you. It shouldn't take long.
Well, I did a bit longer than I thought, so. Don't want to go for the blackly black.
You'll find him in the research lab on the second floor.
Just go through this creepy gate like this. Don't worry about it closing behind you. That's natural.
He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out ever. Shouldn't that say doesn't ever come out?
No, it doesn't come out. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Japanese emphasis.
Inflection.
Thanks. You can follow him.
I can walk.
Again, interactive video game.
What the fuck is this? It's a phone.
We need to sign in.
Oh, by the way, could you sign in? This policy, let's just keep track of who comes in.
Thanks, Aya. Damn it.
Gee, Daniel, you sure you don't want to run down here and do it yourself? No books on the counter. Thanks.
No, he's already up the stairs. Come on, he's a busy man. Click.
Clickety click. Blankety blank.
I was playing some Portal last night with a friend of mine, and when we have Skype running, and I logged into it, and I was having some trouble. He was trying to call me, and he couldn't get through because at that point I hadn't logged in, which obviously I let him know, and when eventually I got it working, I went and I hit the call button, and obviously it started ringing. So I sit there and I'm looking at it for a few moments, thinking to myself, like, the last time I spoke to him, I was going on about how the Skype ring noise has changed.
Right.
I don't know if you've used it lately, but they've made it more of a song beat type thing. It's kind of cool. But I started going, oh, that sounds just like it used to now. What happened to the really cool one that was there last time? I stared at it for a good 30 or 40 seconds before
Is it worth me exploring on my own?
There's nowhere to explore here at the moment.
Ah.
Like, this isn't a dungeon. This is just go speak to the dude. But yeah, I was staring at it for a good 34 seconds before I realised that he was calling me, and I had to answer. It's just that because his call came through the exact moment that I pressed the call button. It was hilariously timed, and I was just like, sorry, that was my fault. It was just fucking weird. Dr. Clamp! I hear you.
We're here with the NYPD. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred.
Are you accusing me? I am totally not suspicious. Or a rip-off of Hojo.
What? This again? What is this?
Totally not going to turn into a giant bee monster this time.
This man. I know him. I think.
Didn't he try to reroute Orvin Mako in Midgard that one time?
Yeah, but then the guy with the gun blew it up. Gun hand blew it up.
Depending on who was in your party.
Oh, he's always in my party. He's got a gun for a hand. Bitch is in my party.
Yeah, but Yuffie.
Oh. Yeah. You know what I was thinking about earlier? I was walking around the supermarket doing a bit of shopping. I had my iPod on. This is completely off topic from the game, by the way.
So was what I've been talking about so far, so it's perfectly
And
fine.
I've got Who Let the Dogs Out on my iPod. And it comes on. I'm there bouncing my head around Tesco's. People look at me like I'm fucking mad. But every time
you listen to Who Let the Dogs Out in 2016. So yeah.
I don't care. But every time I listen to that song, I can only think of the time of the days we spent here.
Well, back when I had the single and just had it on repeat for
Yeah.
weeks on end.
Yeah, pretty much. And then that got me to thinking about the first time, I don't know how, it's probably just childhood related, when I sprained my ankle. The first time I sprained my ankle.
Yeah, that actually always comes to mind every time I hear I'm Not Okay by My Chemical Romance.
Really?
Well, there's that line in it, which is, remember when you broke your foot when jumping off the second floor?
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember referencing it at the time when it happened. And obviously,
God,
you didn't break your foot and you weren't on the second floor, but, you know.
Still makes me wince in pain.
NYPD, okay.
The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now, do you...
Suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. Then it transformed into some kind of creature and ran off. Well, I'd say more floated.
Yeah, there was definitely no leg movement.
There were no legs.
Exactly.
Not like that guy up there.
Since you mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info.
You two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like. Do you?
Alright. No need to shout, we're 3 feet in front of you.
The mitochondria possesses its own unique genetic code.
Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism?
Precisely. Kind of like a parasite or something. Huh? Parasite. That's an interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature.
Don't like this guy.
We cannot live without the mitochondria. Do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we're nothing. We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for example. The brain...
Daniel couldn't give less of a fuck.
He does have that sort of like...
Can you believe we're listening to this shit?
Sounds like someone needs more sugar in his coffee. The brain functions due to the interaction between axons and dendrites. This is where it starts getting biology. I think I mentioned before about whether or not you remember much biology. You're going to learn a bit now.
Okay.
This interaction is possible due to the energy that mitochondria provides. Did you know the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? Did you? This not only pertains to the electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well.
Heat?
Then the combustions from last night were... ellipses. For human to burn and melt, 1600 degrees of heat must be generated.
Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I was about to say, I don't know. There are several hundred mitochondria present within a single cell. If all the mitochondria in the body began functioning at the same time, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with so much energy.
So you're saying that the mitochondria ignited these people?
Professor, you might be right in that we need the mitochondria to live. But in the end, we're just using them for energy. Right? You have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for example. Before we're born, this hand is merely a glob of flesh. But when cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. That signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and in essence dies. The same could be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than the cells.
And that's when they reach their perfect form.
Final form.
This isn't even my final form. Oh, you gotta love DBZ most. DBZ in general.
Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, try saying that 10 times fast, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species?
Oh, damn! Oh, he's pissed.
But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria could mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Sorry, I'm getting a bit tired.
How are you resting yet?
Got no reason to. Let me tell you something. This is just a guy sitting at his computer telling you biology facts, or sci-fi facts. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of mitochondria. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans can be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world. And with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name. Just incredible.
Eve? It's the first time I've had to say a line of speech in about 10 minutes.
I know, I'm feeling it.
The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve.
What? Hey, if you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve. Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out.
Oh, rude.
Hey, you better explain what the hell is going on here. Seriously, stop emphasizing here.
Daniel, forget it. Let's just go.
God damn it.
Oh.
And I occasionally have misplaced dreams of becoming a voice actor. Like that,
I presume we go back to the precinct.
Yeah. I mean, there's pretty much nothing to see at Carnegie Hall anymore, since a lot of it's just full of dead bodies. When there's no more room in hell.
Oh, shit.
Beep. What the hell is wrong with that guy? I can't stand him. Yeah, because... Yeah.
That man. I've seen him before, but I can't remember where.
Phone call. It's Daniel. What? Okay, we'll be right there. Hey, Aya. Aya, it looks like we got a break in the case. Alright, partner.
What?
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. We gotta get back to the station, Aya. Hang on, I'm kicking this into turbo. Don't press the red button. Press the red button.
I didn't press the red
I said
button.
he pressed the red button.
Oh, is he allowed to then?
He touched the butt. I wonder how many more random and necessary film references I can throw in this evening. New York City Police Department.
Resident Evil. Stop playing Tetris!
Mario, go fish. Do you have any bubbles?
What?
Do you have any Koopas? Maybe one day I'll explain it to you.
Thank fuck.
Maybe. Totally missed whatever was that. What was it? Let's go, folks. We're starting the meeting. Yeah. How often do you like to go to press conferences?
No.
Well, have another one.
Oh, okay.
Well, this isn't a press conference. It's
a staff meeting.
As you might have noticed, they've now changed all the information on the blackboard behind. It no longer just says Captain Baker. Do I?
You don't have to.
Cool. For the future, did you know that Central Park has a zoo in it?
Yes.